Have you ever found yourself watching someone walk into a room and instantly captivate everyone without saying much? Maybe they're not traditionally good-looking, not dripping in luxury, and yet somehow they command attention like they're the main character in life's story. Frustrating, right? How do they do it? What's their secret? Let me ask you, have you ever believed that attraction is purely about looks, or that confidence alone is the ultimate key to winning a woman's heart? If you've nodded even slightly, you're not alone. These are some of the most common misconceptions, but here's the twist. You don't need to be a supermodel or have an endless stream of charming lines to make women addicted to you. What you truly need is a set of powerful, timeless social skills, deeply rooted in authenticity, personal growth, and yes, stoicism. Today we're diving deep into 9 social skills that can transform your interactions. These aren't superficial tricks or quick fixes. They are life-changing, actionable principles that elevate not only how women perceive you, but also how you view yourself. Stay with me, because at the end, there's a bonus skill that most men overlook. Yet it's the foundation of lasting attraction. Are you ready to unlock the secrets that will set you apart? Let's get into it. 1. Prioritize growth. What kind of man do you want to be? Not just today, not just tomorrow, but 5 years from now. This question is the cornerstone of the first skill, prioritizing growth. You see, nothing is more magnetic than a man who is constantly evolving, a man who refuses to settle for mediocrity and is always reaching for the next level in his life. Growth isn't just about hitting the gym or advancing in your career. Though these are great starts, it's about cultivating a mindset of continuous improvement in every area of your life. Now, let me ask you, when was the last time you pursued something purely for the challenge of it? Maybe it was a new language, a difficult sport, or mastering a complex skill. How did it make you feel to push past your limits, even if you stumbled along the way? Women notice these things, not just because growth is attractive, but because it signals resilience and ambition, 2 traits that are irresistible. Here's the truth. Most people float through life on autopilot. They do the same things day in and day out, never questioning whether they're improving or just standing still. But not you. When you prioritize growth, you show that you're different. You're a man who takes ownership of his life, who doesn't just dream but acts. This energy is contagious. When she sees you pushing yourself, whether it's in your career, your hobbies, or even in how you communicate it, it inspires her to level up too. Together, you create a dynamic where both of you are constantly challenging and supporting each other's evolution. But how do you make this practical? Start by identifying one area in your life that you want to improve. Is it your fitness? Your financial literacy? Your emotional intelligence? Pick one and commit to consistent progress. Remember, growth isn't about massive leaps overnight. It's about those small, daily steps that compound over time. Share your journey with her. Tell her about the book you're reading or the new skill you're practicing. Not in a boastful way, but in a way that shows your passion for becoming the best version of yourself. Imagine this. You're on a date and she asks what you've been up to lately. Instead of giving the usual nothing much, you tell her about how you've been learning to play the guitar, not because you want to impress anyone, but because it's always been a personal goal. She'll see a man who's driven, curious, and alive with purpose. And here's the kicker. This isn't about impressing her. It's about living a life that excites you. When you do that, she'll naturally be drawn to your energy. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and to grow through life's challenges. Apply this principle to your daily life, and you'll find yourself becoming not only more attractive, but also more fulfilled. Growth is the journey that never ends, and every step you take reinforces your worth, not just to her, but most importantly, to yourself. Ready to dive deeper into the next skill? Stick around. The journey only gets better from here. 2. Value your time. Let's get one thing straight. Time is the most precious asset you have. It's finite, irreplaceable, and how you use it defines who you are. So let me ask you this, Are you treating your time like gold, or are you giving it away like loose change? Because here's the reality. How you value your time directly influences how others, especially women, will value you. Picture this: a man who respects his time. He's not constantly glued to his phone, replying within seconds to every message. He doesn't drop everything the moment someone asks for his attention. Instead, he's intentional with his schedule, prioritizing activities that align with his goals and values. This man exudes purpose, and trust me, women notice. They don't just admire it, they're drawn to it. Why? Because it shows discipline, self-respect, and a life that doesn't revolve around seeking validation. Now let's flip the script. Imagine a guy who's always available, always saying yes to every invitation, constantly rearranging his plans to accommodate others. What does that signal? Desperation, a lack of direction, and worst of all, that his time isn't worth much. And if he doesn't value his own time, why should anyone else? Here's the secret. When you prioritize your time, you create scarcity. And what happens when something is scarce? It becomes more valuable. Women will cherish the time they get to spend with you because they know it's meaningful. It's not about playing hard to get. It's about living intentionally and letting her see that your life is full, purposeful, and driven by your own passions and commitments. Let's make it practical. Next time she asks you to meet up on short notice, don't feel obligated to drop everything. If you've got a workout planned, a project to finish, or even just personal downtime, honor that commitment. You could say, "I've got something important I'm working on, but I'd love to see you another day. How about we plan something for the weekend?" This response does two powerful things. It shows that you have your own priorities, and it builds anticipation for your time together. Now let me ask you, when was the last time you set boundaries around your time and stuck to them? How did it make you feel? Share your experiences in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you're taking control of your time and what changes you've noticed in your interactions. And if you're finding value in this journey so far, take a moment to like this video. It's a small action that tells us you're serious about growth and ready to take charge of your life. Plus, don't forget to comment with your thoughts or questions. Your insights might just inspire someone else on their path to becoming the best version of themselves. Time is your most valuable currency. Spend it wisely, and you'll see how quickly others start to value it too. Ready to discover the next key to unlocking irresistible magnetism? Let's keep going. 3. Maintain composure. Life has a way of throwing curveballs at the most unexpected moments. A dinner reservation gets canceled. The weather ruins your outdoor plans. Maybe you spill coffee on your shirt right before a date. These little annoyances can stack up. But here's the thing. It's not about what happens to you. It's about how you respond. Now, picture yourself in these moments. Do you find yourself getting visibly frustrated, letting your mood shift with every minor inconvenience? Or are you the guy who laughs it off, stays calm, and keeps the vibe light? Let me tell you, the latter is the man who leaves a lasting impression. Women are naturally drawn to someone who can remain grounded, especially when things go sideways. Why? Because composure signals maturity, confidence, and reliability, qualities that make her feel safe and secure. Imagine you're out on a date, and the restaurant service is slower than usual. Instead of grumbling about the wait or shooting irritated glances at the waiter, you lean back, smile, and say, "Looks like we've got more time to chat." Maybe they're giving the chef extra time to make it perfect. With that one calm, collected response, you've turned a potential mood killer into a memorable moment. The beauty of maintaining composure is that it builds trust. When you stay cool under pressure, she starts to see you as someone who won't crumble in more serious situations. It creates an unspoken assurance that, no matter what, you've got things under control. This steadiness is rare, and it's precisely what makes it so attractive. But how do you cultivate composure if it doesn't come naturally? The answer lies in your mindset. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot. If the food is late or the movie starts without you, these are things beyond your influence. What you can control, however, is your reaction. By choosing to stay calm and positive, you're not just enhancing your own experience, you're elevating hers as well. Here's a scenario to consider. She's late for a date. Maybe she got stuck in traffic or couldn't find parking. And you could let irritation seep into your tone, subtly making her feel guilty. Or you could greet her with a smile and say, "I was just about to start without you," with a playful wink. The difference in these responses is monumental. One creates tension, the other sets the stage for a relaxed, enjoyable evening. Composure doesn't mean bottling up your emotions or pretending everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging the hiccup, reframing it, and moving forward with grace. When she sees that you don't sweat the small stuff, she'll naturally feel more at ease around you. And the more at ease she feels, the more magnetic your presence becomes. Every date, every encounter, every life moment is a test of how well you handle the unexpected. Show her that you're a man who can weather life's small storms without losing your footing, and you'll leave a lasting impression that few others can match. 4. Control your emotions. Emotions are a double-edged sword. They have the power to deepen connections, but if left unchecked, they can also unravel them. The ability to control your emotions, especially in the heat of the moment, is one of the most powerful social skills you can master. It's not about suppressing what you feel, it's about channeling your emotions in a way that strengthens the bond between you and her, rather than eroding it. Think about this. How do you react when something doesn't go your way? Maybe she makes an offhand comment about an ex, or a plan you were excited about falls through. Do you find yourself spiraling into irritation, letting your frustration seep into the conversation? Or do you take a breath, pause, and approach the situation with curiosity and calm? Women notice these moments, and they matter more than you think. Let's break it down. When you lose control of your emotions, whether it's through jealousy, anger, or frustration, you're signaling insecurity. It tells her that your mood is easily swayed by external factors, which can make her feel like she's walking on eggshells around you. On the other hand, a man who can maintain emotional stability, even in tricky situations, exudes confidence and emotional intelligence. He shows her that he's in control of his inner world, no matter what's happening externally. Imagine you're on a date and she casually mentions a funny story involving an ex-boyfriend. For many men, this could trigger feelings of jealousy or insecurity. But instead of letting those emotions take over, you smile and say, "Sounds like a wild time. What happened next?" With that one question, you've turned what could have been an awkward or tense moment into a light-hearted exchange. You've shown her that you're secure enough in yourself to not be rattled by her past. But controlling your emotions isn't just about managing jealousy or anger. It's also about staying composed in moments of excitement or anticipation. Too much eagerness can come across as desperation. Striking the balance between enthusiasm and steadiness shows her that while you're excited to be with her, you're not placing your entire sense of worth on her validation. How do you cultivate this level of emotional control? It starts with self-awareness. Pay attention to your emotional triggers. What kinds of situations tend to push your buttons? Once you've identified them, practice pausing before you react. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this reaction going to strengthen or weaken our connection? Often, the simple act of pausing gives you the space to choose a response that aligns with your values and intentions. Stoicism offers a powerful perspective here. It teaches us that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we interpret and respond to those events. By mastering your emotional responses, you're not just making yourself more attractive to women, you're also becoming a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. The next time you find yourself in a situation that tests your patience or triggers an emotional response, see it as an opportunity. Show her and yourself that you're a man who can handle life's twists and turns of grace and maturity. This level of emotional control not only deepens her respect for you, but also sets the foundation for a relationship built on trust and stability. 5. Be selective in affection. Let's face it, when you really like someone, it's tempting to shower them with attention and affection at every turn. You want her to know she's special, that you're invested, and that you're all in. But here's the paradox. Too much affection too soon can have the opposite effect of what you're hoping for. It can come across as overbearing, even desperate, and the excitement of the connection can fizzle out before it has a chance to deepen. So what's the solution? Be selective in your affection. Think of your time and attention as a rare currency, something that's earned and not freely given to just anyone. When you strike the right balance, you create an irresistible dynamic. She'll start to value the moments you spend together and the affection you show precisely because it's clear that you don't give it away lightly. Here's the secret. Scarcity creates value. When your attention is always available, it can lose its meaning. But when you're intentional about when and how you show affection, it becomes a precious gift. Women are naturally drawn to men who have their own lives, passions, and priorities, men who don't revolve their entire world around a single relationship. This doesn't mean you play hard to get or act indifferent. It means you recognize the value of your time and energy, and you share it with her in a way that feels intentional and meaningful. Let's look at a practical example. Imagine she texts you in the middle of your busy day asking if you want to meet up that evening. Now you could immediately rearrange your plans, dropping everything to make it happen. Or you could respond with, "I've got a packed day, but I'd love to see you. How about tomorrow night instead?" This simple response shows her two things. You're excited to spend time with her, but you also respect your own commitments. And trust me, that balance is incredibly attractive. When you're selective in your affection, you also avoid one of the biggest pitfalls in early relationships: losing yourself. It's all too easy to fall into the trap of trying to be everything for her, neglecting your own interests and relationships in the process. But here's the truth. The very things that made you attractive in the first place, your hobbies, your friendships, your goals, are the foundation of your allure. Don't abandon them. Instead, let her see that you have a full, vibrant life that she gets to be a part of, not the center of. This approach also keeps the relationship dynamic exciting. When you're not always available, you create moments of anticipation. But she'll look forward to the times you do spend together, and those moments will feel even more special. It's the difference between constant closeness and a connection that breathes and grows naturally. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced the power of being selective in your affection? How did it change the dynamic of your relationship? Share your stories and thoughts in the comments below. And if you're finding these insights valuable, don't forget to like this video. It helps us reach more people who are serious about personal growth and building meaningful connections. Remember, affection isn't about quantity, it's about quality. When you give your attention intentionally, you create a connection that's not just exciting but sustainable. And that's the kind of bond that keeps her coming back for more, ready for the next key to becoming irresistibly magnetic. Let's keep going. 6. Create mystique. What's the most intriguing thing about a great novel or a thrilling movie? It's the mystery, the feeling that there's always more to uncover, another layer to peel back. The same principle applies to personal connections. When you create a sense of mystique, you invite curiosity, and curiosity is one of the most potent forms of attraction. Here's a truth most men overlook. Women are naturally drawn to a man who doesn't put everything about himself on display from the very beginning. When you reveal every detail of your life in one sitting, you remove the element of discovery. And discovery, my friend, is what keeps her interested and engaged. Creating mystique doesn't mean being secretive or distant. It's about pacing the way you share yourself. Let's say you have a fascinating backstory or a unique passion. Instead of laying it all out in your first conversation, you hint at it, offering just enough to pique her interest. Maybe you casually mention, "I've been working on something exciting recently," but leave it at that. Her natural curiosity will do the rest, prompting her to ask questions and want to know more. Think about the last time you met someone who seemed to have an endless depth to them. In every conversation reveals something new, a hidden talent, a surprising experience, or an unexpected perspective. How did that make you feel? Likely, it kept you engaged, eager to uncover the next chapter of their story. That's the power of mystique. Mystique also involves a level of restraint. In today's world, where oversharing on social media is the norm, holding back a little can make you stand out. It signals that you're not seeking validation or approval from others. Instead, you're confident in who you are, and you reveal yourself on your terms. not because you feel the need to impress. Here's a practical scenario. During a conversation, she asks about your hobbies. Instead of listing everything in detail, you could say, "I've got a few interests that keep me busy, but one of my favorites involves being outdoors." This invites her to explore further, turning the conversation into a two-way discovery, rather than a one-sided monologue. Mystique also plays a crucial role in maintaining excitement in a relationship. It ensures that every encounter feels fresh, as there's always something new to learn about you. It's the subtle art of revealing just enough while keeping some cards close to your chest. This dynamic keeps the connection alive and makes her look forward to every interaction. Remember, creating mystique isn't about withholding important information or playing mind games. It's about understanding the value of gradual revelation. When done right, it builds intrigue and deepens her desire to know and connect with you on a more profound level. So embrace the art of mystery. Let her experience the thrill of discovery, one piece at a time, and watch as her fascination with you grows stronger with each passing moment. 7. Active listening. In a world full of noise, where everyone seems eager to talk but few are truly heard, active listening is a superpower. It's one of the simplest yet most overlooked ways to set yourself apart and build a meaningful connection. When you listen, truly listen, you make her feel seen, valued, and understood. And that, my friend, is an experience she won't forget. Most people listen to respond, not to understand. They're already crafting their next line while the other person is still speaking, waiting for a chance to jump in and share their own thoughts. But here's the twist. Attraction isn't built on how well you can talk about yourself. It's built on how well you can make her feel understood. So how do you master the art of active listening? First, be fully present. When she's speaking, put your phone away, make eye contact, and give her your undivided attention. These small gestures show her that she has your focus, that you're invested in what she's saying. But it doesn't stop there. Active listening means engaging with her words, nod, smile, or offer brief affirmations like "that sounds interesting" or "tell me more." These signals encourage her to open up further, deepening the conversation. Here's where active listening really shines. It's not just about understanding her words, but about picking up on the emotions and thoughts behind them. What if she mentions she had a stressful day at work? Don't just respond with a generic "that sucks." Instead, dive deeper. Ask, what was the most challenging part of your day? Or how did you manage to get through it? These questions show her that you're not just hearing her, you're empathizing, seeking to understand her experience on a deeper level. Now imagine this scenario. On a previous date, she mentioned a project she was excited about. The next time you see her, you bring it up. "Hey, how did that project at work turn out?" It's a simple gesture, but it carries enormous weight. It shows her that you remember the details, that her words didn't just pass through one ear and out the other. Suddenly, you're not just someone she enjoys spending time with, you're someone who genuinely cares about her life. This level of attentiveness also builds trust. When she feels that you're actively listening and that you remember the things she shares, she'll naturally feel more comfortable opening up. And the more she opens up, the stronger your connection becomes. Active listening is also a gateway to uncovering shared values and interests. By paying close attention to her stories and preferences, you'll find natural points of connection, whether it's a shared love for a certain hobby, a similar life philosophy, or even a favorite movie. These connections create moments of genuine bonding that deepen your relationship. But perhaps the most powerful aspect of active listening is its ability to create a sense of intimacy. In those moments when she feels heard and understood, she'll begin to see you as someone who stands out in a world of surface-level interactions. And that kind of connection is rare, precious, and unforgettable. Master this skill, and you'll find that it not only transforms your interactions with her, but also enriches your relationships with everyone in your life. There's immense power in making someone feel like they truly matter, and active listening is your key to unlocking that power. 8. Practice gratitude and positivity. There's something undeniably magnetic about a man who can find joy in the little things and express genuine gratitude for the world around him. It's easy to get caught up in life stresses, to focus on what's missing rather than appreciating what's already there. But when you shift your mindset, when you cultivate gratitude and radiate positivity, you become a beacon of light in an often chaotic world. And that light draws people in, especially women. Let me ask you, how often do you pause to acknowledge the good in your life? Do you take a moment to appreciate the beauty of a sunset, the laughter of a friend, or even the simple comfort of a great cup of coffee? If not, you're missing out on a powerful opportunity to reshape how others see you and how you see yourself. Gratitude and positivity aren't about ignoring life's challenges or pretending everything is perfect. They're about choosing to focus on what uplifts you rather than what drags you down. When you adopt this mindset, it's contagious. People, especially women, are naturally drawn to someone who can see the silver lining and keep their spirits high, even when things don't go as planned. Imagine you're on a date and something unexpected happens. A sudden downpour ruins your outdoor plans. When you could grumble about the bad luck, or you could smile and say, "Looks like we've got a chance for a little adventure. Let's see where this rain takes us." In that moment, you're not just showing resilience, you're creating a memory, a story she'll remember and smile about. Positivity also shows her that you're resilient. Life isn't always smooth sailing, and how you handle the rough patches speaks volumes about your character. If you can maintain an optimistic outlook in the face of challenges, you demonstrate strength and stability. This is the kind of energy people want to be around, an energy that lifts them up rather than pulling them down. But let's talk about gratitude on a more personal level. When you express genuine appreciation for the time you spend together, for her thoughts, or even for the little quirks that make her unique, you make her feel valued. A simple, heartfelt, "I really enjoyed tonight. Thanks for making it special," can go a long way in deepening your connection. It's these moments of sincere gratitude that make her feel seen and cherished. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What's something you felt grateful for recently? Maybe it was a small moment of joy or a person who made your day brighter. Share it in the comments below. Let's spread a little positivity together. And if this idea resonates with you, hit that like button. It's a small way to show your appreciation for content that helps you grow. Practicing gratitude and positivity isn't just about making yourself more attractive. It's about enhancing your own experience of life. When you lead with a grateful heart and a positive outlook, you'll not only captivate the people around you, but you also find more fulfillment in every moment. Ready to embrace this mindset? Let's keep moving forward to the final skill. 9. Speak less, observe more. In a world where everyone seems eager to make themselves heard, there's a quiet power in the man who knows when to speak and when to simply observe. It's not about being silent or passive. It's about choosing your words carefully and letting your presence do much of the talking. So a kind of measured communication can be profoundly attractive, creating an air of mystery and confidence that few can resist. Think of it this way. The more you speak, the more you reveal. But when you hold back, you invite curiosity. She'll start to wonder what you're thinking, what experiences have shaped you, and what stories you're keeping just out of reach. This natural curiosity draws her in, making her want to learn more about you over time. Observation is a key part of this dynamic. By paying attention to her words, her body language, and even the small, unspoken cues, you gain invaluable insights into who she is. So it makes your responses more meaningful and tailored, which in turn deepens the connection. For instance, if you notice her eyes light up when she talks about a favorite hobby, you can bring that topic up later, showing her that you were genuinely engaged. Here's a practical scenario. You're on a date and there's a moment of silence. Instead of rushing to fill the gap with small talk, lean into the pause. Maintain eye contact, offer a small smile, and let her feel the weight of your attention. Often she'll pick up the conversation herself, revealing more about her thoughts or feelings. This approach not only shows confidence but also gives her the space to express herself more fully. Speaking less also allows you to avoid the trap of oversharing too soon. While it's important to be open and honest, there's value in pacing how much you reveal about your life. Let her discover you gradually, piece by piece, so that each interaction feels like a new chapter in a story she's eager to read. Skill ties back to one of the core principles of Stoicism, the importance of self-control. By managing your impulses to dominate the conversation or seek immediate validation through words, you demonstrate a quiet strength. You show that you're comfortable in your own skin and that you don't need to prove yourself through constant chatter. Over time, she'll come to see you as a man of depth, someone who listens intently, speaks thoughtfully, and observes keenly. This creates a dynamic of mutual respect and curiosity, laying the foundation for a connection that feels both exciting and authentic. Mastering the art of speaking less and observing more isn't about withholding who you are. It's about creating a space where genuine connection can flourish, where every word and moment carries weight and meaning. And that, in itself, is deeply compelling. You've now uncovered the 9 social skills that can transform not just your relationships, but your entire life. From active listening to maintaining composure, from creating mystique to embracing gratitude, these are the skills that set you apart in a world where many men are still chasing surface-level attraction. But here's the most important part. These aren't just tricks to win her over. They're foundational principles for becoming the best version of yourself. When you focus on growth, value your time, and lead with authenticity, you naturally attract the kind of connections that are deep, meaningful, and lasting. So now it's over to you. Which of these skills will you start practicing today? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's ready to elevate their game. Together, we're building a community of men who are serious about growth and connection. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Here's to becoming the man you're meant to be, one skill at a time. Stay strong, stay curious, and keep striving. Until next time.